Hi, welcome to the Get Ready with God podcast. My name is Julie Taylor, and I'm your host, and I am not God. Obviously, I'm not an expert. I'm not even a scriptorian. I'm literally just a girl sitting in front of a microphone, hoping God is real. The Get Ready with God podcast is the daily devotional podcast to help you see divinity in every day. Okay, it can be hard when people believe different things than you, right? It can be hard, especially when you used to believe the same thing and then that changes. So whether you're the one that's kind of changing or they're the one, it gives you something to figure out. I think it's especially hard if it's like in a marriage or a committed relationship as with a family member, with a child. The closer the relationship, the harder it is. And it just takes work to navigate those differences. But what can be expected is that at some point in long-term relationships, family, marriage, parents, all of those ones that last for a long portion of your life, there's going to be shifts and pivots and changes. And so learning how to navigate those is really essential, and some are bigger than others and whatever. But what is really essential in navigating any of it is your own confidence and alignment and peace with what you have chosen. And that is the part that you also have control over. You don't really have control over other people. Shocking. And so I think that's why working on our own faith is so important, because the more confident we are in what we choose and what we believe, the less these other twists and turns and other people changing will impact us. And I think there's also a balance there. I can't say anything without qualifying it, because I think everything is nuanced, but I think also like there's a balance there of being really confident and really sure in what you believe, and also staying open and flexible to change your own beliefs and to learn and grow. So obviously there's a balance there, but we're most often threatened and hurt by our own insecurity. We get kind of defensive and nervous because of our own insecurity. And then sometimes it is just a bummer. It's a bummer when people believe differently than us, especially when we believe the things we believe because we believe it's better in some way. Not like it makes us better than other people, but we obviously choose beliefs that we think make life better, bring more peace, bring more happiness, bring more whatever. And so when someone you love chooses differently than that, there's some like grief and stuff there. So it's complicated, it's loaded, it's heavy. But I want to talk about kind of gaining that confidence yourself and focusing on what is your piece of it. And your piece of it is your own faith, your own choice. The thing that's tricky is that other people's faith does affect us. And what your best friend believes impacts you. What your partner believes impacts you. What your parents believe impacts you. And it should be. That's why who we choose to surround ourselves with is really, really vital. And also, people change as they should. We change. And so we have to give space to people to be able to change and shift. We have to give space to ourselves to be able to change and shift and still be able to like maintain relationships and maintain our own faith. And so if you are trying to build faith and if you are choosing this path, I think you have to prepare yourself for a lot of people to not agree with you and a lot of people to choose differently. And a lot of people to actually have really heated, passionate feelings because they've had very personal experiences with this stuff. And so it's charged. It's emotionally charged. And for good reason. I'm not dismissing any of that. But as I was thinking about it the last few weeks, I thought in the last few years of choosing faith and building my own faith, it has been a group project. Building faith is a group project. Maintaining it isn't. And I think that's where it can be really tricky is I have borrowed faith from other people. I do believe that these people in my life who I find really aspirational and they mentor me and they guide me and they're older, wiser, and more experienced than me, and I'm learning from them. Them choosing faith strengthens my choice 100%. And I don't think that's wrong. But then if those same people change their mind, change their belief, then what? Things get complicated. And so how do we then navigate that? I think people get to change their minds. I think I get to change my mind. I do think building faith should be a group project. I do. I think we should learn from each other. I think we should help each other strengthen faith. I think we should help each other choose faith. But as we do it, we have to understand that maintaining it, choosing it, and holding on to it is our responsibility. And nobody can do that piece for us. So people can help shape us and build us, but choosing it and holding on to it is something only we can do. And so if your faith is only built on other people's choices and other people making you feel comfortable, other people making you feel confident about what you're choosing, when these shifts come, you're going to spiral a lot harder than if you know why you choose this. If you know what you believe, that's essential. And the more that you're able to do that, the less these shifts will rock you. I'm getting a lot of questions about mixed faith marriages, and I might talk about it at some point. Marriage is something that I don't think is only mine to share. And so I would, of course, get Ryan's support. And he is very supportive, and he's not the holdup here. He would be more than willing to talk about or have me talk about any part of that, I think. I get nervous to talk about it because it's just such a personal thing. And how we've navigated it is such a personal thing. So yeah, no, he never changed his faith. I left our church and religion and God multiple times. He never did. And now we subscribe to the same faith. We're members of the same congregation, but there's still a lot of things that we don't align on, belief-wise, I think. And so I have a lot of practice in navigating this topic, but I don't feel like sharing it yet. So I'll get there someday, maybe not. Anyways, I don't feel like diving into that because it's deeply personal, and not just from like a privacy standpoint, but also from a prescriptive standpoint. Everybody's just so different that it's hard. I never want to offer up my experience as a model for someone else of like, do it this way. Should be the outcome. This is how you should handle it. I can't tell you how you should navigate it. I don't know you. I don't know your marriage. I don't know your beliefs. I don't know your situation. And so I shy away from getting overly prescriptive on a podcast. But just for context, I have a lot of experience navigating these differences. And the main universal truth that I've found is that you have to take responsibility for your own faith and your own choice, and you have to know why you're doing it, because it's going to get harder and harder to choose it. And there's going to be times when it's really fun and comfortable and everyone around you is supportive of it. And there's going to be times when people you love are asking you what you are doing. And I don't like to defend my faith. It's not something I'm really comfortable doing, which is funny because I have this podcast and my book that's coming out is faith-based. But I'm actually really uncomfortable doing it. I don't like to speak in absolutes. I don't like to tell people what they should do because I genuinely don't feel that way. But I have built my faith as a group project, and I am really now working on what it looks like to build my confidence on an individual level. Navigating all of these shifts with love and maintaining the relationships and connection is possible. I've done it. I've done it in my marriage. I've done it in friendships. I've done it in my family. But it does take a lot of work and intention. But I do believe that the more confident you are in your own faith and your own choices, the more you're actually able to be open and let others do the same. And so it's not just important for maintaining your own faith and beliefs. It's also important for letting others do the same. That confidence is really key, and that comes from personal investment. Love you all. XOXO Gossip Girl. Bye.